Warning: this video, blog, or vlog could contain harsh opinions and foul language. If you do not appreciate said content or material, well, you can just fuck right off. Greetings, Internet people. RantingRamsay here. How are you all doing today? I'm not doing so bad. Today we're talking about something that I touch on periodically in my videos. I haven't spoken about it in a while because I've been successfully ignoring it for a while, but recently I've rented a few movies and been forced to watch a few trailers because of said movies and couldn't skip them and all this good crap, and it leads me back to a point I've come to before, which is the state of the cinema. The cinema these days, in my personal opinion, is absolute, total, and utter shit. Most of the fucking movies that are put out in front of us these days are remakes, rehashed bullshit, or stupid reboots. Because the original made a lot of money, and so they're like, well, fuck, man, how can we cash in on the same movie twice? Oh, well, let's just make it again with a different title, different actors, and a different story, and call it a reboot. It's not a sequel. It's a reboot. They've been doing that to us a lot lately, and I, for one, am getting sick of it. I lost, the perfect example I can think of, Spider-Man. I lost interest in Spider-Man after the first movie. I watched the first movie and I said, hey, you know what, that was kind of entertaining. It kind of flew in the face of almost everything the comic book was about. But it was an entertaining movie. And so I accepted it, and I said, not too bad. Second one came out, and it took me 4 attempts of watching it before I didn't fall asleep. Never even bothered with the third one. I was done with it after the first. The first one was a good movie. You should have fucking stopped there. But they didn't stop there. But then people started realizing that the series was crap, and people started really starting to criticize it the longer and longer it went on, so they ended it, and now they're rebooting it, starting it from scratch, with a brand new actor. Fuck it. I'm not interested. You have zero level of interest for me on this one. I've got 3 other things, 3 other movies specifically that I wanted to point out, as these are like my crowning glories, the epitome of why the cinema, and specifically the American cinema, just totally sucks ass lately. Not just sucks ass, but sucks dysentery diuretic ass. It's fucking horrible. The first thing I have noted to talk to you about. Now, 2 of these movies are already out. 2 of these movies are already out and are showing in theaters now, and the third one I'm going to talk to you about isn't supposed to be released until 2012. We'll get to that at the end. So if you want to know about a movie that doesn't need to fucking come out in 2012, but is, keep watching. But now we're going to talk about the Smurfs. I'm going to preface this by saying, of all the fucking stupid-ass cartoons that I watched in the 80s, the Smurfs is the one that I could not fucking stomach. Even as an 8-year-old child, people would turn on the Smurfs and I would find something else to do. As an 8-year-old, if the Smurfs was on, I'd rather read a book. As an 8-year-old. I'd rather read a book, or would have rather read a book than be forced to watch the Smurfs. That is how inane, stupid, boring, retarded that show came across to me. And so recently, as recently as a week ago, starting back a few months ago, people started asking me, oh, are you going to go see the Smurfs movie? Are you going to go see the Smurfs movie? Oh, man, that's going to be awesome, the Smurfs movie. I'm like, what adult in their right fucking mind would give 2 shits and a fuck about a Smurfs movie? Even those nostalgic about it for their fucking childhood. How could this be interesting? But it just shows the indication of Hollywood's tendency right now to cash in on anything that was popular in the 80s. Keep that in mind. We're going to come back to that point. Anyway, it's anything that was marketable in the 80s is now being made into a Hollywood movie. This is awful. It's not because I'm like, oh, they're ruining the stuff from my childhood. I'm not really even that attached to the shows that I liked from my childhood to get so offended when somebody wants to make a remake or a movie or a new version of it that I'm going to be like, well, that sucks compared to the original. They're flying in the face of my child. I don't give a fuck. Because if the most important, most influential, most meaningful part of my childhood was some stupid fucking animated cartoon, then my childhood was pretty fucking pathetic anyway. But that's not the point I'm making. The point that I'm making is that the Smurfs movie is just a perfect example of how they'll try to cash in on something, and basically look at the critical reviews of the Smurfs, look at fan reviews and everything. And basically you will find that the movie is a generic, rehashed, reheated, leftovers from last night pile of shit. There's zero originality to it, zero originality to the plot line, zero originality to the gags, the humor that have been used in the movie. It's absolute rehashed drivel that's just trying to cash in on something that was popular in the 80s. Moving on to the next piece of cinematic fucking abortion that I want to talk about. Something I saw a trailer for about 3 weeks ago. It's been in the back of my mind to actually make a rant about this movie specifically for a while. But I never got around to it, and then I was doing a little bit of research for this video and came back across it and reminded myself of, oh yeah, I wanted to talk about the horrible fucking just pile of putrescence that is the movie Bad Teacher. And it basically centers around, I believe it's Cameron Diaz who plays the role, being her typical, untalented, slutty little retarded, airheaded self, starring as a teacher who has no interest in teaching kids. Like, she's not even going to show up for the first day of school. She shows up dressed like a fucking hooker. She falls asleep at her desk. All this stupid shit. She tells her students that they're stupid, they're ignorant, they're retarded. All this horrible stuff. But then falls in love with another teacher played by Justin fucking Timberlake. Justin Timberlake's character shows Cameron Diaz's character a picture of his ex-girlfriend. Cameron Diaz sees that she has huge artificial boobs and then realizes, has this internal epiphany, that the only way she could get a piece of Justin Timberlake dick is to get some fake tits. So she goes on this quest to get herself some fake boobs, and then another thing that bothers me about this movie is that the Cameron Diaz's best friend, the opposite in characters, her sidekick, whatever, is this societally, typically overweight, unattractive female who's just this total aloof, obsequious, just nothing to play alongside Cameron Diaz. And this person informs Cameron Diaz that the teacher of the class that gets the most highest the score on some standardized test, the teacher gets a huge bonus. So Cameron Diaz obviously sees this as a great way to pay for her boobs. Montage ensues. I haven't seen the movie, but I can tell you how it goes from minute 1 to minute fucking last just by having seen a 2-minute fucking trailer. Montage ensues. She motivates her students. She teaches them, and they start learning, and she fails to win the prize, but still wins Justin Timberlake's heart, because along the way she learns that it's not what's outside that counts, but what's inside that really counts, and everything's happy farts and fucking happy flower bullshit. And this is one of the top movies at the box office according to the Rotten Tomatoes website. Are you fucking kidding me? It's ridiculous. It's just rehashed, unoriginal, stupid shit playing on the fact that Cameron Diaz is supposedly some hot little sex pot. It's fucking asinine drivel, and this is what they're selling to us these days as movies when they can't put Jennifer Aniston in a rom-com. It's fucking horrible, but not quite as horrible as the bit of rehashing that we're talking about now. This is what I told you. This is what I will tease you about at the beginning of the video. Now, this particular trailer, which is linked in the video description, was sent to me by IQJ. He's okay, by the way. Still kicking. For those of you who give a shit, He's still kicking. Worry not. Anyway, on topic. He sent me a trailer. It's linked in the description. And actually, I think, really, the effect would be better had if you go watch that trailer right now. I'll wait. Welcome back. So, it's almost to me like the sketch that Robot Chicken did. I believe it was either the 3rd or 4th season. I have first 4 seasons on DVDs. I watch them like once every other week in their entirety, so I get a little mixed up on which is on what. But they made a sketch on Robot Chicken about Hollywood making board games into movies. Holy fuck, was that prophetic. Not pathetic. It is pathetic that they're actually doing it. I'm saying prophetic. Prophetic, as in the actions of a prophet. Battleship, the fucking movie? And in watching that trailer, does it not look like some fucking bullshit combination of, like, Terminator Salvation and Transformers whatever? I mean, they're all equally horrible and garbage, so Transformers whatever, whichever piece of shit Transformers movie you want to talk about, and Terminator Salvation mashed up into a movie about Battleship, the fucking game. Like I said, they're just looking to cash in on anything that was fucking popular in the 80s, and like the Robot Chicken sketch made fun of, it's not far, we're not far at this point from seeing a Chutes and Ladders, the movie, from seeing Hungry Hungry Hippos, the movie. Hell, at this rate, I don't think we're too far off with this trend of rehashing 80s shit from seeing Where's the Beef, the movie. People need to stop paying money to see this shit. This is fucking garbage. It's drivel. It's absolute shit. And people are willing to pay $8, $9, $10 a fucking ticket to see it. 15 or 20 in 3D. Get deep glasses, watch it 3D. It comes out at you. It's so fucking awesome. If you don't know how I feel about 3D, go watch my video. It has 3D in the title. I can't remember what the fuck it's called, but it's basically along the lines of 3D is fucking shit. Or 3D movies are fucking lame, I think is what. 3D movies are lame, I think is what the name of that video is. So, you don't even have to watch it now to know what I feel about 3D. So, but basically, there you go. That's pretty much the all-encompassing-ness of it that I wanted to get across to you. That the American cinema is absolute garbage. They don't even have any original ideas anymore. I mean, they're few and far between to find an absolute gem of a movie lately. Even movies that are supposed to be really, really good from an intellectual standpoint, like The Right. I just watched The Right a few hours ago with Anthony Hopkins. That, in my opinion, was a reboot of the Exorcist movies, really. But it was entertaining, but not as engrossing as I thought it would be. It was another movie I watched recently that I actually enjoyed. Devil. I was at M. Night Shyamalan with the people in the elevator. That was actually entertaining. The twist was decent, and the story was fun. It was engaging. Unfortunately, these are like few and fucking far between when it comes to decent fucking cinema, storytelling, movie stuff coming out of Hollywood. It's a sad trend, people, and it's only going to get worse. It's just going to keep going downhill until everyone decides, you know what, I'm not going to pay a lot for this fucking movie. I really doubt anybody will get the whole I'm not going to pay a lot for this muffler reference from the 80s. But anyway, I'm RantingRamsay. That's my opinion. The American fucking cinema is absolute garbage. That is all.
Hey, did you get all that, man?
Douche.